Hello, students. Welcome to Chapter 9, Last Phase of Struggle for Independence, Standard 8, Subject History, Part 3. Today, we will talk and understand about our Indian National Army. It was also called as Azad Hind Sena. What was the main motive of this Sena, we will understand in this lesson. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose has put in lots of effort to get our country, India, independent. Now, at the eastern border of our India, lots of our Indian soldiers were positioned and ready to fight against the Britishers. Now, all these soldiers belonged to Azad Hind Sena. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was their leader. Subhash Chandra Bose was an important leader of Indian National Congress. He was in the position of President of Congress twice. And according to his opinion, while England was engaged in the Second World War, India should take the advantage of this situation and make the movement more intense and make it unbearable for Britishers. Now, as Britishers will be stuck on one position to fight its war in Second World War, and on the other side, even we Indians will create a movement more and more intense. This way, Britishers will get harassed and confused. And he was also of the opinion that if it would become necessary, that India should also seek, that is, find help from England's enemy. But this opinion aroused, that is, created differences of opinion between him and other senior leaders of Congress. Now, due to this difference in opinion, Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from the position of president, and to place his views in front of the people to make people understand his ideology, he founded a party known as Forward Bloc. And through his speeches, Netaji appealed to the Indians to revolt against the British rule. Due to it, the government imprisoned him. Subhash Chandra Bose went on fast unto death in the prison, due to which the British government interned him in his residence. Intern means confine someone as a prisoner, house arrest. So Subhash Chandra Bose was house arrest by the Britishers. From there he escaped in disguise. In April 1941 he reached Germany. Now Germany was the enemy of England in the Second World War. So Subhash Chandra Bose reached Germany in 1941 seeking help from Germany. There he founded the Free India Center. From the Berlin radio station in Germany, he appealed to the Indian people to join in armed struggle. During this period, Raj Bihari Bose invited Subhash Chandra Bose to Japan. Now let's understand the formation of the Indian National Army. Raj Bihari Bose was staying in Japan since 1915. Raj Bihari Bose was an Indian revolutionary leader against the Britishers. So, due to some circumstances, Raj Bihari Bose managed to escape British intelligence and reached Japan in 1915. Over there, he had organized the Indian patriots living in countries of Southeast Asia and established the organization's name Indian Independence League. In the early part of 1942, Japan conquered the territories in Southeast Asia which were controlled by the Britishers. Thousands of Indian soldiers and officers in British army there fell into the hands of Japan. Raj Bihari Bose, with the help of Captain Mohan Singh, formed a battalion of these Indian prisoners of war, which was named as Indian National Army, Azad Hind Sena. Later, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose led the Indian National Army. In October 1943, Netaji established Azad Hind government in Singapore, where Shah Nawaz Khan, Jagannath Bhosle, Dr. Lakshmi Swaminathan, Gurubukh Singh Dhillon, Prem Kumar Sehgal, etc. were his associates. Captain Lakshmi Swaminathan was the commander of Rani of Jhansi Regiment, with Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose leading the Indian National Army and establishing Azad Hind government in Singapore. Netaji appealed to the Indian people, "You give me blood and I will give you independence. तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आज़ादी दूंगा." So now let us understand the achievements of the Indian National Army. In November 1943, Japan conquered Andaman and Nicobar Islands and handed them over to Azad Hind government. Netaji renamed them as Shaheed and Swarajya respectively. In 1994, Indian National Army captured the Arakan province in Myanmar. Posts on the eastern borders of Assam were also captured. Now, in the same period, the campaign of Imphal remained incomplete. Now, what happens? A campaign starts in Imphal which remains incomplete because Japan stopped helping the Indian National Army. Till now, Japan was helping India. But later on, Japan stopped helping India. Now, Japan lost the war because, as we all know, England was supporting America against Japan in Second World War. And in the Second World War, Japan accepted defeat. So, on 18th August 1945, Subhash Chandra Bose also died in a plane accident. Thus ended the thrilling phase of the Indian National Army. Later, the British government charged the officers of Indian National Army with treason. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhulabhai Desai, Tej Bahadur Sapre, these experts lawyer tried to defend the officers of Indian National Congress. But the military tribunal, now what do you mean by military tribunal? It is a system based on charges brought by military authorities, persecuted by a military authority, and sentenced by a military officers against a member of an enemy army. So the military tribunal held officers guilty and they were sentenced to life imprisonment. Therefore, there was a severe unrest against the British government in the minds of the Indian people. Finally, the British government had to suspend the punishment given by the military tribunal. Now, lastly, let us understand the revolts of Indian Navy and Air Force. The Navy and Air Force soldiers, with the inspiration from Indian National Army, caused discontent against the British government. It burst out on the British warship Talwar in Mumbai on 18 February 1946. The soldiers unfurled the tricolour flag on the British warship. They raised slogans against the British government. The British government also sent an army to open fire on the naval soldiers. The rebel also made counter-attack with firing. Finally, with the mediation of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the naval soldiers laid down their arms. Now, with this revolt by the naval officers on the ship Talwar, the other Air Force officers from Delhi, Lahore, Karachi, Ambala, Meerut, etc., they all went on strike. These revolts were a clear indication that the sentiments of discontent against the rulers had reached a climax. In this way, the period between 1942 to 1946, it shook the foundation of British power in India. Through the Quit India movement, the severe discontent of the Indian people against the British were expressed. Army, Navy, and Air Force were the backbone of British power. They were also now opposing the British. Due to these incidents, the British rulers realized that they will not be able to empower India for a long period of time. Now, Britishers were starting to realize they will not be able to control or hold India. Their rule and power over India is over, and thus, in a year that is 1947, India got its independence. 15th August 1947, India got its independence. And so, in this lesson, we understood about the last struggle that Indian fought against Britishers to make them quit India. Thank you.